do believe we've got yet another game for
We've
you
got
guys.
more, Raven?
We don't mess around.
Wow.
We're not messing around.
Right, let's go.
This is going to be PNC versus Ryder, and I believe, yes, we are going into game number 5, decider game. Both these players at 3-1. Not quite the score there, so here. But the winner will go 4-2, which makes them, again, like a decent score to try and make the cut. The winner will go 4-1, which gives them a decent score to try and make the cut. It's going to be the even lock versus, you guessed it, the even lock.
No real power cards just yet. This is kind of a wet noodle fight in terms of even lock mirrors so far. Beetle coming out from Ryder as the first minion to come down. No Giant on 3 so far for PNC, and no, it's just going to be a whiff.
There's a large difference though, because Twilight Drake is huge when neither of you have Giants. It's like
true.
Second best minion,
yeah.
and it just never dies. The Spellstone from the Homunculus proc though, it's actually also pretty swingy in this matchup, I feel. Difference between 3 and 5 is huge.
Oh yeah.
Now there needs to be a couple of turns with planning going on.
Yeah, PNC just had to make such a low tempo turn compared to what he could. Yeah, he wants to play 2 cards out of his hand there so he can eventually start live tapping again and not be worried about tapping himself up to 10 cards at the end of the turn. Because he really does need to get his big threats into hand or lower his health total if he's going to find a Hooked Reaver before he finds Mountain Giants and so on. Because he's not going to win an initiative game with the pile of 6/5s and 4/6s through the mid game that he has right now against these enormous Twilight Drakes that are getting dropped down.
There's just no good way to deal with these. Defile doesn't do too much.
He just needs to go. He just needs to tap. Just needs to find threats.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
an answer.
Spellstone's going to be nice to follow up with the second one as well.
Yeah.
There are 2 4-attack minions on the board now versus just Ryder's 4-7. I'll see Horror. Not that interesting right now. But now there is follow-up of his own Vulgar Homunculus along with the Spellstone. The only slight frustration is the Spellstone does heal you. So maybe we'll see Ryder just favor Gengrey main on this turn.
It's possible, yeah.
Just because it's great to just say, 4 mana remove a minion.
Right.
Then you become way further away. So it's going to go again. A little bit more safe, a little bit more long-term planning, I would say.
It's only the fact that there's a Spellbreaker on board as well that you didn't see, for example, like just Vulgar Homunculus come down alongside a 4-drop. Like
It's chewed up.
Right, because again, you just want to free up space in your hands. You can start life tapping more freely again, and you're actually weirdly trying to lower your health, not raise it in this matchup, so you can drop more threats. But yeah, 2/4 into a 4/3 Spellbreaker is not really a great outcome for Ryder.
Yeah, this Dread Inferno now. 7 damage Spellstone and a 5 damage Spellstone in hand for PNC.
Why does everyone play Bone Mare now? I don't understand.
Because I'm Mossy Horror, I've told you, it's a sick combo.
Mm.
So my question to you is, what are you playing instead of Bone Mare?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know exactly what this list is, but like
That's not good.
Argent Commander is a card that I've generally seen be more useful than Bone Mare in a lot of spots.
Think it's more useful in the mirror?
Probably not.
Think it's more useful against Druid?
Potentially, yes.
If you're expecting like
Actually,
Token Druids as yesterday?
So yeah, Token Druid. Yeah, Token Druid. No, for
right.
sure.
I'm just thinking suddenly even lock Token Druid.
No, I guess if I like think about it more, like a lot of the best matchups for the Argent Commander were like Control Priest, Control Mage, like stuff that you're not really seeing too much anymore.
Right.
Maybe I've taught myself out of it.
I know, I've talked you into it.
Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Thinking about you does not help me sleep at night, so don't you try and throw that one out there.
Thinking about me keeps you up all night, Raven?
It was a lose-lose situation, though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Oh, whatever.
You should have just bailed out.
Let the fanfics begin.
Yeah, they're already out there.
Computing. Have you wrote some?
Like, yeah.
Oh, I can tell you the website.
I have written 200 or 300.
Oh, okay. I was impressed at more than one, to be honest. He's choosing to burn a card now, Ryder, just by playing the Lich King. I did look at the board then, during our very strange conversation, and we went off a tangent.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the value of Lich King plus a LK card is just better than your average draw, considering he already has 2 Hooked Reavers, he already has Gul'dan.
Yes.
Like, those are the boxes ticked.
Yes.
He already has the Bone Mare. But this is it, right? Like, what if this doesn't die and then you just Bone Mare it? get him. The use of the spell's still not too bad for PNC because he doesn't have those retrievers in hand. So
yeah,
it's not like
he was also like a good
usage.
way out of range anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you just may as well at this point. The guy's not the end of the world in terms of burns. One of the better ones, I'd say. 1 mana away from a fantastic turn with the Obliterate now.
Even lock the deck. We say, yes, I took 8 damage. I'm so pleased.
What even cards do damage from hand?
Wait, to the opponent?
Yeah, like burst, like Soulfire. But that's not even, obviously. What even cards can do that?
Hellfire.
I'm wondering if you could run something more aggressive. Because
something to end game.
The issue with the matchup is Ryder's safe. He's just tapped to 6.
Oh.
Although he can heal now, but not through a taunt, my friend. But you know, it's just something to think about in terms of once certain decks become popular and there are plays they can make that are just safe like that.
Right.
You just wonder, right, how do I punish this? Because so many people are bringing even.
Again, we both talked about it at the start. It's why we were both pretty expectant that Tempo Mage would do well in this tournament, right? And it's because it's exactly that. Well, you can't get low just to activate your big threats because they're just going to burn you over the top with fireballs and glyph cards.
And now PNC has to work out his battle plan because although he looks like he's leading in life, it just doesn't matter because those are 2 giant minions on the board.
Yep.
And PNC just doesn't have an answer. He does have an Obliterate of his own, but no Hooked Reaver to follow it up with.
Yeah.
Like imagine Obliterate double Hooked Reaver this turn.
Right.
Oh my god, that turn would be insane.
Ryder was 1 mana off that on the turn where he obliterated as well. But PNC has just been so threat-light this entire mirror. He's just been fighting with little bits and pieces and scraps, and he finally got his Giants and Lich Kings into play in the later game after tapping into them. But Ryder, just with the little extra aggression from the Twilight Drakes, has just been in control of the board, and now PNC's in a spot where like even Blood Reaver Gul'dan feels very much behind the play here.
Do you think he cornered into Gul'dan here? Because you do need a turn to play it.
Yeah.
You gain the armor, which makes these hits not as good, and then puts you around 15 anyway. And then you have hero power plus stuff. You don't have the Homunculus and the 6/6. So I think all together, although it doesn't feel fantastic, this is a multiple turn setup to try and battle back for this board.
I was going to say, this seems like a pretty snap turn for Ryder. It's as good as Mossy Boy's ever going to get, and then you just get to smack this damage through anyway. Set up lethal for the following turn, make PNC have to do something special to get through this.
Suddenly Obliterate is a little bit more scary.
And still no Reavers that are hooked for PNC.
So he can silence one of them.
Sure.
That leaves him with 6 mana. So
I like your math so far.
Yeah. And then can he just go wide with all the 2-drops? Yeah, he's so vulnerable to Hellfire.
He's just real dead.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, even without looking at the hand, you have that Hellfire sense, right? Of saying, well, we're both pretty deep in the deck. No one's played any yet.
Yeah, it's like
coming.
It's Hellfires and Spellbreakers, right? That just end up messing up all of your options this turn to try and be defensive. And from PNC's perspective, even without our caster vision, like those cards are just there.
Bowman hero power.
Yeah.
Go, just commit. Sometimes, look, if you put a Bowman in your deck, you've got to play it. Get that demon on a horse and kill one of your minions with it. This is the less susceptible to the multiple outs, I would say.
Yeah, Spellbreaker's the mess, though, that you run into now. Yep. Actually, this way you're just dead to everything. Yeah. Dead to Hellfire, dead to Spellbreaker, dead to all of the things. What is your issue?
No dreading friendly.
Oh, okay.
Where is the styling, Ryder? What's going on? We did take the win over PNC, so we do see him go up to a 4-1, did we? Yeah, 4-1.
Correct, yeah.